Hello, 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 and welcome back to the C Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
And I'm Jared.
Connor, you avoided the Jersey Devil. Your car's okay?
All is well. All is well. Avoided him. Found some friendly pork roll salesman on the way. It was beautiful.
Taylor.
And what was his name?
Frank.
Oh, that's a good name.
All right. So, Connor, since you missed it last week with car troubles, Jared got to blind rank Death Rider themes. You are a good boy and you listen to the podcast, so you already are, you kind of already know what they all are, but you do get an opportunity to rank them. I am going to throw them in a different order. I'm going to give you a little bit of grace here.
Okay.
We start off with the leader of the Death Riders, Jon Moxley.
Like his number one for me. Like it's just like it's the one. Like right, it's everything else is based off of. Like that was when I was listening last week. I was like, that's the one.
Wow. Okay, starting out strong. Now with what Jared called the wine of music.
It's bad.
I think this is pretty sick, honestly. Again, same thing. I listened to it last week. See, and I wish I remembered them more, even refresh myself for it. But like, this is good. I'm gonna put this at 3.
This is Pac at number 3.
That's what I thought.
All right, excellent. I like where this is going. Next up here. And that is the problem, Marina Shafir.
See, like that's good, but I'm pretty sure there's one more that I really like them weighing on. So we're gonna slide her in at 4 for right now.
Oh right!
Wow. So I'm pretty sure there's still one more that I thought I liked more.
We are all aligned. Marina Shafir, the 4th best Death Rider theme. Next up here, a familiar tones. Because it's Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, like see, I never liked this one. Like I feel like it's almost too plain. Like right, there's not enough like riff off it. Like so that's a 6er for me.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think my reason why I said I like it is because again, Wheeler is like, the crony, the minion of the group. But moving on here.
I do like this one. I don't know why. In the very beginning, it gives me just like a touch of like Old West at first. Then it kind of like turns. So it's like that's my 2.
That's your 2. That's Daniel Garcia. Last but certainly not least.
Yeah, like again, I know some people really like that. Like that's just not really my style. Like the big sweeping. Like again, makes me think more of like orchestra music and all. It's not really my lanes. Like that's why that's gonna sit at 5 for me.
That's completely fair. So starting at number 6, you've got Wheeler Yuta. Number 5, Claudio Castagnoli. Number 4, Marina Shafir. Again, across the board, we are unanimous here. Number 3, Pac. Number 2, Daniel Garcia. And number 1, Jon Moxley. That's really interesting. I like our spread there. Jared, did you have any thoughts that you wanted to add on from last week? Have you had any changes of heart? Changes of mind?
Yeah, the one Connor said he didn't like, I like even more now.
You know what I like even more now? The C Show. welcome back to the C Show. We start off with, again, quick cut promos. We start off with Mina Shirakawa. I caught Wheeler Yuta. It's Mina's time to grow. Mina wants the TBS title, and she wants it now. We cut to Willow. No champion's advantage tonight in the four-way, and that's just what comes with champion's territory. Megan Bayne says gold belongs with the all-elite goddess. Meanwhile, Swerve needs it. He needs the men's title. Kenny Omega is telling Swerve, you got in the way of what I want, means you're still in my way. And Renee Paquette is with Orange Cassidy. Roderick Strong no-showed him. That's what's great about the conglomeration. You can always conglomerate with Tomohiro Ishii. Again, just starting out real quick with setting up, like, basically, here's the agenda of the show. We start off first with a Continental Championship Eliminator match, Jon Moxley versus Dunkzilla, Mark Davis. It is not Godzilla, as previously reported. It is Dunkzilla. And apparently this is something that he's brought with him. Thoughts?
I thought you were doing a bit last week when you called him Godzilla.
That's just what I heard on the broadcast.
I thought you were just like, oh, like that would be dumb if they did.
More like Barney with his purple underwear.
What are your guys' moves of the match?
What, y'all didn't see his purple undies peeking out?
Of course we did.
Yeah, all right.
I'll tell you I didn't. Like, I don't have anything in my notes about purple underwear. No, I do not.
Are you even... Dude, and I don't watch the shows. Come on now.
So, for me, it's they're on the outside of the ring. Davis goes to punch Mox, and the first time, like, it looks like he's going to do it, and Mox dives big out of the way, but, like, he didn't swing through. So then they come back up, he punches him 2 more times, and then he does a big punch. Mox moves, and he literally punches the ring post. I just really want to know if he bladed his hand. I don't know. I've seen different things. Did he actually just punch the hell out of that ring post, or did he blade his hand?
Oh, well, I bet, because I thought he definitely broke all his hand. You know that scene in It's Always Sunny where they're at the bowling alley and it's the punch machine and Dennis breaks every bone in his hand? That's what I thought happened. I bet.
I think it's both. Because you could hear the ding of that off the pole. But then where the blood was also... was, you know, because when Moxley was trying to eat his blood out of his in between his fingers, you know, that was bad. I didn't like that. But I'm gonna say he bladed, and he punched.
Yes, of course, because after Davis punches the post, Mox does pull the fingers apart. He bites them. He steps on them. He stomps on them. The crowd lets him know, "You sick fuck." The ending of our match here is Davis kicks out of the roll-up, gut wrench, pile driver, pins Mox. Davis's enziguri is countered with a stomp. Mox still goes down, but Mox turns the bulldog choke into a chokehold. Davis taps out, and it's over. I think Davis does really well here. I don't know if there's much for him as just a big, burly guy, big, burly, bearded guy, when we kind of already have one of those who has... kind of a better story in Brody King, but interesting to see how Mark Davis is utilized in all different facets. Now that we're still kind of waiting for Jake Doyle to come back and get more updates there.
Yeah, he's I'm not gonna lie, he's been impressing me. Like, he didn't impress me as a tag team, like seeing him have to work by himself, and like we'll see him Saturday in a tag match that we'll talk about, and then he's actually going against Brody King next week. So like, all right, let's see him go against another giant. I think that's what's really going to tell us how he works.
I didn't see that, but I'm excited for that. Speaking of things that I'm excited about, Hangman after Grand Slam Australia. El Idolo is one of the best, but it just wasn't good enough. He's going to kick MJF in the balls. You better hope and pray that whatever God you pray to, that you lose tonight, because at Revolution, I'm going to take it and I will end you. We get an unscheduled appearance from FTR, just trying to understand why the Young Bucks cheap-shotted them. Stoke hates the fakeness in AEW. Who's going to tell him?
Stoke absolutely believes everything is real. They have left Stoke out of every one of those meetings. They're like, if you just have that one guy that believes it, it's true.
We see a lot of the Jackson extended family, not just Nick and Matt this weekend. FTR literally calls out the Jackson's kids running around the locker room.
What did he call them? What specifically did he call them?
Did he call them Rugrats?
He called them domestic terrorists. That they were acting like domestic terrorists back in the locker room.
Oh my gosh. Of course, stoking the fires. But of course, the Bucks sneak up, super kick party on FTR, and the Bucks kick Stoke out of his chair. Did you guys watch? You guys watch this on YouTube TV? The recording on YouTube TV.
They cut it.
They cut it. Yeah, they cut it for HBO Max too.
They cut it. Yeah, I can watch HBO Max. They cut it.
Yeah, in the immutable words of Walter Sobchak of The Big Lebowski, I know a gold bricker when I see one. This guy's faking. The Bucks challenge FTR.
Why would they cut?
Well, I think there's the throwing somebody out of a wheelchair isn't a good look, and taking it out of context. Taken out of context.
It could be a couple things. It could be the look of it. It could have been maybe it just was really bad, and it just like it obviously looked like he fell, and they're like, well, we'll cut it anyway. Like it is not a great look again, especially taken out of context. Like I think there's multiple reasons. They're like, maybe not.
Fair.
But the Bucks challenge FTR at Revolution for the AEW Men's World Tag Team Championships. However, there could be a wrinkle in both the Bucks and FTR's plans here more later. Speaking of things they didn't edit out, Brody King, after Grand Slam Australia, we get more fuck ice chants. So it doesn't seem like anybody's mad about that at corporate. Very cool. February 25th, Brody is looking for a fight. That's the fight with Mark Davis, right?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Perfect. Next up, in a TBS title 4-way, we got Marina Shafir versus Megan Bayne versus Mina Shirakawa versus Willow Nightingale. We got a lot of M's here, so make sure you enunciate properly for our listening audience.
Mina, Marina, and Megan sounds like a Mambo number 5 lyric. A little bit of Willow makes me a man.
Dude, Willow got a huge pop in the room, in the ballroom there. That was pretty awesome. Shafir and Bayne teamed up early. Willow fights back, sends both Marina and Megan outside of the ring. Cannonball by Willow, but my move of the match, Mina Shirakawa leaping crossbody, taking out all of her opponents. Fantastic.
Yeah, she really does love that. Oh, man, there were so many good things in this match. I'll just give you a couple real quick. Willow hit a double lung blower. Basically, like jumped up and put one knee into Shafir and Bayne's chest. That was awesome. So Bayne did a Frankensteiner running up the ropes, doing a Hurricane Rana. Shafir immediately goes and does like her head scissors to slam Willow's head off the apron. And then Bayne just grabs Mina and just throws her on top of everyone on the outside, just like yards. Like, actually, no, this is the perfect description of like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style. Just.
What do you mean by Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style?
The way Jazzy Jeff gets thrown out the mansion.
When Uncle Phil throws out Jazz all the time. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, Mina went on a whole sequence of just like crazy moves. She had like an enziguri, kicking Marina in the face. Then she started after a rolling over Bayne's back, she started a pin and then pulled away just when I think Bayne was going on for a senton and ended up landing on Marina. Marina Shafir, there you go. But I also just really liked Marina kicking Megan Bayne in the Jumbo Yum Yums. She just kicked her right square in the chesticles.
You know, I loved when you were talking about Mina, because I was like, this gives me the perfect segue into our finale here, because Mina hits a figure 4 on Willow, but Willow rolls her up for the pin to win. 1, 2, 3. Willow and Mina shake hands. Bayne looks on disappointed. Shafir collecting herself off the timekeeper's table after being bounced there by Bayne earlier in the match. Love what we're doing with the women here. The TBS title is a really interesting title because we can only play for it on Wednesdays, right? When we're on TBS on Dynamite. Willow is so much fun, both in and out of the ring. She's just got a great personality. We love her. We have a nice moment of remembrance for Kerwin Silfies. We just love production folks on the podcast. So R.I.P. Kerwin. Brian Danielson had a very nice moment. We liked it. I liked it at least. Next up, Hangman and MJF. Next up, Hangman and MJF face off. Face off, face off. Hangman and MJF face off. Tony Schiavone says one's a good person and the other's a horrible piece of walking flesh. And a sign in the back says MJF eats Dole Whip the long way.
Hell yeah.
Did you peek MJF's appearance on, I believe it's podcast The Ride? He was on an amusement park podcast talking about how he loves amusement parks.
I just caught one clip of it when it was going around. I've not sat down and listened to the whole thing yet.
I don't like amusement parks. I mean, I like the history of amusement parks, and I love Michael Eisner. Talk to me about Michael Eisner, baby.
Shout out to my first job, Torney Park in Wildwater Kingdom. The realist.
You know what? Happy early birthday to Maxwell Jacob Friedman. His birthday is March 18th. That's also when Revolution is. And he can't think of a better way to end this cowboy shit by ending Hangman at Revolution. Really, the end of this promo or this segment is Hangman offering that MJF gets to pick a stipulation. Well, they get to offer up 2 stipulations and then let the fans pick on it. Hangman offers up Texas Death Match. Excellent. Love it. No notes.
Of course.
What do we think MJF is going to pick for a stipulation?
My first thought is like an I quit match. Like, all right, so if you're saying like you're never going to challenge, like you need to say like you quit your pursuit to win the title.
Well, Hangman already said, he's going to give his word. He gave his word that if he doesn't win, he'll never challenge for the AEW Men's World Title ever.
No,
again.
but he wants it to have to, like, he's going to want Hangman to have to like acknowledge. It's like, no, you are going to have to say like, I quit this match and quit my pursuit. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that would really turn the knife for him.
Which is harder, a 10 count or getting someone to say I quit?
Depends on the person.
And you only need a 3 count, too.
I thought a Texas Death was like a 10 count.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if it's last man standing rules or not.
I mean, we'll always get clarification. But from Texas, the last Texas Death match that we saw, MJF literally hung Mox off of a chain off the side of the ropes down in Texas at Globe Life Field in Dallas. That was pretty excellent. 2 thumbs up from me. So we'll see what Tony Khan says, but he does make it official. We'll see what the stipulation ends up being. Speaking of Jon Moxley, backstage, the Riders are more like coyotes. They're not wolves. They're coyotes, resilient, adaptable, against all odds, against the world, survivors. Pac addresses Don Callis. The summary of Pac's statement is, they not like us. Pac throws a challenge down for a trios match. Daniel Garcia explains that the Callis family is just a title. It's not like a real family. It's not like your first job where they overwork you and underpay you. Mox isn't done with Takeshita at Revolution. No time limits. There must be a winner. And Wheeler Yuta still got the beanie and the hood on. Hilarious.
Fun fact, it's hard to sound badass while nerding out on the differences between coyotes or wolves or foxes or other North American land dogs.
Doing zoology, like he just rolls out a couple of skeletons and he starts.
Well, you see, The white
You guys are
tail
wrong.
fox.
That's sick as hell.
The white tail fox.
You see the difference between a desert coyote. Now I'm just doing Clint Eastwood.
Don't even get me started on dingoes.
Tony's just gonna come out and go, the dingo ate my baby. Next
Dingo
up,
really did eat that woman's baby.
it really did.
Yeah.
Next up, the conglomeration, Orange Cassidy and Tomohiro Ishii faces off against the War Dogs, Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors. What are your guys' moves of the match?
I was really excited to have the Stone Pitbull back.
Yeah.
He just at any point is like, I guess we'll just stand here and slap the hell out of each other, like multiple times, just trading, especially when he's trading chops, slaps, and punches with Kid, and then hits a big backdrop suplex.
Kid taking a big bite out of Ishii's forehead. I literally wrote in my notes that the slapping, chopping duel in the middle of this match, it was like a Buddy Rich drum solo. It was just very percussive.
I wrote rage slap battle.
Freestyle slap battle.
Pretty good.
But of course, Darby Allin, Gabe Kidd, they're not done yet. From behind, out of the crowd, Darby Allin attacks Gabe Kidd with a skateboard, takes him from behind in the ring. Orange Punch, Ishii Brainbuster on Clark Connors, 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
Now, did you guys hear about, and see during the match how Ishii was favoring his leg?
Oh, I felt that in my soul. Well, really in my lower vertebrae, but yeah.
Yeah, because he was out for so long too. I believe it was a shoulder injury. And I did some research there because it seemed like a little too real for him to be selling. Dave Meltzer said that the report about him is that they may have just dodged a bullet when it comes to his hamstring injury, and they don't believe it's anything serious. They may have just dodged the bullet.
Yeah, because he was sort of nursing his hip there near the end of the match. So that's good to hear that it's just it's avoiding a hamstring injury for sure. Backstage, Don Callis family, well, specifically, Josh Alexander is screaming while Lance Archer, El Clone, and Rocky Romero just beat up more jobbers in the back. Callis does come in to accept on Takeshita's behalf against Moxley. Okada now here is Kyle's best friend, Kyle Fletcher. Instead, I showed up to my job because I'm a champion, unlike Takeshita. Takeshita and Fletcher are both in Japan, I believe, doing some wrestling. Fletcher was also in Australia. He was on a little bit of a break. Good for him. Andrade, dressed like a Peaky Blinder. Chico and Chicas, his eyes are on the AEW Men's World Title. Callis thinks that the CMLL World Heavyweight title would look great on the mantle of the Don Callis family. Now, I wanted to do a little bit of research here because I was a little confused. I was like, when was the last time Okada defended the International Championship? He's only defended it 3 times, or he's only defended it twice, actually. He won it, and then he's defended it twice. The last time he defended it, though, was at the January 31st Dynamite against Adam Priest in a 10-minute match. Okada defended at Revolution, you coward. Who would you put up against Okada for the international title? Fantasy book.
So I feel like it would have to be a Death Rider, just kind of keep this string going. So let's go with Pac.
I like that because he's British. Good.
Takeshita, Okada. Why, look, I know they're
the
doing
only reason I
run.
didn't say that is because he already has a match. That was literally my first thought, not gonna lie to you.
I know, but Charlie said dream book it, and that's what
fair.
I want to
That's fair.
see.
That was my first thought.
Winner gets the belt, loser gets kicked out of the family.
Winner loses the respect of Don Callis. Here's my suggestion, and I think there's a solid chance here. Kevin Knight.
Ooh.
Huh.
And even if it doesn't win at Revolution, right? You can use that kind of as a barometer to see, like, okay, do we push him for another singles belt? Where do we take Kevin Knight with it? I think Kevin Knight is the rocket you want to jump on right now. So I would love to see Kevin Knight go in there with the international title, maybe, sneak a little singles title for Jet Set Rodeo out there. But we'll see. We'll see. Hook is taking charge of the ops. The ops are recruiting. Shibata's handling international things. Hook says he was recruited by every top Division I program. Now,
let me stop you right there. What do you think he was recruited for? I Googled it.
I know what he was recruited for.
Okay. Jared, what do you think he was recruited for, D1 style?
Lacrosse? Swimming. Was it lacrosse?
It was literally lacrosse.
He just looks like a lacrosse guy. His hair gives lacrosse guy.
So this is like 18-year-old Hook on your screen right now.
What a cutie patootie.
Yeah, I had to look it up. When he's like, I was recruited by everyone. And I'm like, definitely not for wrestling. I feel like that name would have crossed my.
I love that that's his first name. What a random first name for him.
My favorite thing is, like, he's got legit stats, like 4-star recruit, Under Armour All-American Long Island team, first team All-State, back-to-back playoff appearances in Nassau County Class 3. Going down to his personal bio, son of Pete and Teresa Sinercia. Father played football at LIU Post and was a professional wrestler in the WWE.
Damn, really cutting off his big times in ECW just by saying WWE.
Yeah, so Hook played lacrosse at Bucknell University for a few years. But moving on, next up here, we've got the Brawling Birds in their TV debut against Becca, B3, CCA, and Viva Van. We've talked about Viva Van here before, but Becca is a new face that we're seeing here. And from cagematch.com, CRS285 wrote last year, quote, honestly, Becca is a very good gimmick. She can back it up in the ring. She plays the cocky pop star heel very well, and her mannerisms fit it perfectly in the ring. When she is wrestling someone who can go in the ring, you are guaranteed a good match. Does a good job.
Yeah, I thought this was good for what it was. Like, you know, like you knew what it was. They were putting the Brawling Birds out there to get their first win, but like they still let Becca and Van do some. Van gets a couple big up kicks. The Brawling Birds try and do a double suplex to Van, but she escapes to get the hot tag to Becca, who then hits a springboard double stunner. That was my move of the match.
Yeah. I mean, again, for like what do we call these? Do we call them squashes? Do we call them warm-ups, tune-ups?
Tune-up.
Yeah. Tune-up.
Yeah. Backbreaker by Hayter on Becca, lariat in the middle on Becca. Hayter with an assisted lariat. The Birds pin her 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Backstage, Renee Paquette is with Statlander and Thunder Rosa. Rosa with the Dia de los Muertos makeup. Statlander is not medically cleared to wrestle against Thekla, but Thunder Rosa hasn't been seen since All in Texas last year, and she wants a piece of Thekla. She loves the toxic ones. Do we talk about how much I'm getting tired of toxic as an idea? Was that one of you, or?
Yeah, I think that was my. I don't think of toxic as Thekla.
Yeah.
When I think toxic, I think something way different.
That's a microaggression. You always got to do the at the end. Speaking of,
Dana's boyfriend bought her the Van Cleef. Sorry, I went bougie toxic.
Kevin Knight with Speedball Mike Bailey faces off against the Beast Mortos. Kevin Knight in a pre-match promo offers that if Mortos wins, La Facción Ingobernable will get a shot at the Trios title. See, this is one of the matches where I was like, yeah, you should put the belt on Kevin Knight. What are you guys' moves of the match?
Just my move of the match is Kevin Knight being an unbelievable athlete, throwing himself over the turnbuckle from the apron to the floor, jumping from the floor to the apron to jump right back off the apron to clothesline Mortis, just like crazy. Just everything Kevin Knight touches turns to gold.
He looks like a kid on the playground.
No fear.
Look, so I'm a day one since my early days. I'm a jet speed guy, but I want to talk about how great Beast Mortos is.
He'll sue that man. You know that, right? If you say anything mean about him,
he'll sue me.
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
He is, and he's dating. You know who he's dating?
Who's he
Mercedes Moné.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
also, have you seen like his pictures that he'll post on the internet of himself? He'll always like do an emoji to cover his eyes.
Yes.
That dude's gimmick is super cool, but also I think he's a piece of ass. Like, I think that's an attractive man. and that's cool. Like, that man's great. And he hit that crazy Samoa drop. Like, Beast Mortos goes hard. And, I'm just going to shout him out.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I would say about 30% of my, the reason why I like Joe Hendry as a wrestler is just look at Joe Hendry. That man's attractive. Another 40% is probably the theme song. So that's 70% there, 30% in the ring, promo stuff. There you go. Boom, bada, bing. And if that's what you like, that's what you like,
Yeah, if you all are unaware, MJF is actually pretty good for one of our people. You got to judge on a different scale. But for us, we look at that where we go, that's pretty good.
After Kevin Knight scoop slam to splash, but Mortos kicks out. Pendulum DDT by Kevin Knight. UFO splash, pin 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Kevin Knight wins. Next up, Ricochet and the Demand. Gates of Agony, GOA. Ricochet, noted Eagles fan, he can finally move on from Jungle Jack Perry. Bishop Khan and Toa Leona want the trios titles too. This Saturday in San Diego, you're going to be bleeding, or you're going to be in deep waters, bleeding out with these sharks. It was hard. That's a hard line.
And then did you guys peep what happened at the end there?
One of Perry's knives is in the sign on their dressing room door. Will Ricochet ever be able to shake Jungle Jack Perry? Perhaps not. Main event, Dynamite. Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland. MJF watches from backstage. The crowd chants, holy shit. This is a move, or this is definitely a main event match. Jared, you were talking about it. You wanted to watch Kenny Omega wrestle. I want to hear from you first. What are your thoughts about Kenny Omega here?
Yeah, so this match was awesome. I didn't expect the athleticism from Kenny Omega. He hit 2 times Hurricane Rana's from standing position. And that is not something I expect from anyone but a little guy. That was crazy. To have that ability, but also the strength for when he fireman carried Swerve, lip slammed him, and then off the ropes too. So he was hitting aerial, he was hitting strength, he took all of his hits, he lived up to hype for sure. I wasn't expecting him to be able to do everything, especially not with 10 inches less intestine than anyone else.
They keep mentioning that.
10 inches is a lot.
My moves of the match. I'll just talk about this one sequence because again, I could name so many things in this. So, Swerve gets Omega with a backbreaker and then takes him to the apron and picks him up for the vertebreaker. I love the vertebreaker. Basically, you're holding the person upside down by their arms and you're going to sit out and drop them on their head behind you. But Omega counters that to a Snapdragon suplex on the apron. Kenny then tries from the apron to German Swerve, but Swerve just lands on his feet and hits a suplex on the floor. And then Swerve hits a 450 for 2. Like, what a sequence. Like, absolutely bananas.
My sequence, the sequence that I loved, and I think, again, we're getting this Swerve heel turn here. Swerve pulls Aubrey Edwards into the V-trigger. Bang, she's out. Like Lemony Snicket wrote it, an unfortunate series of events. Move of the match. Omega wants the one-winged angel, but Swerve rolls through, hits the house call. Incredible. The one-winged angel is like one thing where it's like, dang, you don't think anybody can counter that, and then Swerve does that, hits the house call. Do we have anything else that we want to talk about before we get into the finale here?
No, I'm good. I'd sit here and talk about this the rest of the night, so I'll stop myself.
Swerve breaks free from another one-winged angel. Swerve house call, big pressure powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Swerve wins. Swerve continues the attacks after the bell, tosses replacement referee Paul Turner out of the ring. Nana is so confused. Swerve wraps the chain around Omega and hangs him off the ropes. Swerve leads Kenny up to the steel steps, lines him up, reverse tombstone on the commentary desk. I needed this, Swerve yells at the camera. Salas. Drastic consequences for Swerve, as we'll learn about on Saturday.
The vertebreaker's just goated, man. Threw a table off the steps, like brought the steps over to bring him up, like, and then again, I needed this. I needed this. Beautiful.
You know what I need? More of the Zoo Show.
Hi, I'm Jared. I didn't feel like listening to ad reads today. Wine is bad, and I didn't want to hear about it. So I sponsored this myself.
Welcome back to the C Show. We're talking about AEW Collision on the 22nd of February, 2026. Say that 10 times fast, baby. Update on Swerve Strickland after the events at the end of Dynamite on Wednesday, where Swerve choked Kenny Omega with a chain. Swerve has been fined not 1, not 10, but $100,000, according to Tony Schiavone. And he has also been suspended from this collision. We will not see Swerve Strickland on this episode. Thoughts?
Oh man, I can't believe they would fine him so much. Oh no, what will he do? Oh no.
Well, you know what? He needed that.
It'll make him grind harder. I hope my boss cuts my wages so I have to just grind even harder.
Speaking of grinding, in the AEW Men's World Trios Championship, it's The Demand, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona versus Jet Set Rodeo, Kevin Knight, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Hangman Adam Page. Hangman actually has matching pants this week. Excalibur calls them sartorially synchronized. Did you also see Ricochet trying to protect Stephon Smith, the referee, from the bald chants? He was covering his ears before the match.
No, I missed that.
That's great.
What are your guys' moves of the match?
Like, again, I'm a broken record. So many good things, man. Like the Demand keep impressing me more and more as much as I don't like Ricochet. But especially Leona. Like, he does the express outside the ring where he just like sprints around the ring and just knocks over Knight and Hangman, just revs it up. And then later he eats a double super kick from jet speed and then does a combination Samoan drop fall away slam that I've never seen anyone do. Like, he's done the double Samoan, he's done the double, but like to do one of each, like I've never seen anyone do that. Like he's hooping. I need more from him.
Oh, you didn't watch this, did he?
Jared didn't watch it.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry.
blank, but you know it's ass back.
For the record, my pause was because my computer indicated that I am on battery conservation, even though it is plugged in. So you want my move of the match? Well, you know what?
I love your move of the match.
You know what? I don't feel like giving it to you anymore.
Well, fine.
Fine. It was the double shotgun drop kicks from Jet Speed.
Oh, the very first move.
Yep, I read that down. Nothing else.
Oh, I was going to say Hangman's Ricochet over the ropes, and then stereo drop kicks by Jet Speed after Khan and Leona try to double suplex Hangman. Definitely my move of the match. Then right after that, Knight slaps the bald off of Ricochet. After Leona gets a deadeye on the apron here at the end, Ricochet uses the ref to prevent Hangman from getting him. Powerbomb. Hangman kicks out at 2, and he's pissed. But that's Jungle Jack Perry's music. Distracted, Ricochet gets the buckshot lariat, and Hangman pins the win. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I would love to see the Demand challenge more for the Trios title. I would love to see this. The Trios title is really fascinating. I'm thinking about it more and more.
Dude, put like let Ricochet do his thing, right? And put the other two just for the tag titles. Like there's a lot they can do. Like I hope at some point here, maybe soonish, they kind of split from Ricochet and maybe kind of get to do their own thing.
I would also love to see that as well. Somewhere backstage, the Rascalz are in a smoky room. FTR walk in. They know this smell. Again, my riff about Dax Harwood being the PE teacher and track and field coach comes back around to this. They know this smell. It's the devil's lettuce. Zachary Wentz response, I'm a Christian. Can't believe that they're filming this. Actually, they're filming this. Wentz says. FTR wants to beat the hell out of them, but they don't fight for free. The Rascalz challenge them to an eliminator match. FTR says, fine. They're going to light them up. I'm waiting to see if Connor has a reaction. There we go.
No, now that I know that my mom listens every week, I'm playing it a little closer to my chest.
Hey, Connor's mom.
Her and Mez, both two people text me like, what happened to your car because of the episode last week.
In another part of the men's tag team division, we've got the Young Bucks versus The Swirl, Blake Christian and Lee Johnson with Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, probably one of the best Ric Flair impressions on the planet.
Dude.
Pause this podcast. Google, go to YouTube, type in Jay Lethal, Ric Flair. There's like a 10-minute video, and it's just them going back and forth. And it's just Ric Flair goes to 11, folks. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. The Jacksons say hi to family ringside as they enter. Jay Lethal now partnering with The Swirl. I love this. Blake Christian is really fun. Lee Johnson, learning a lot about him here. The Swirl, what a great tag team nickname. You know, we love soft serve ice cream on this podcast, don't we? Right?
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. You guys got moves of the matches here?
Yeah, and in a shocking tire events, I have more than one. So probably when The Swirl, they have I believe it was Matt Jackson on Christian's shoulders. Lee does a double stomp on his back directly into a Death Valley driver by Christian. And then Matt Jackson, it's a double Northern Light suplex on the Swirl.
Yes.
And then Nick does a super sick like arm drag on one, head scissors on the other combo to the Swirl. Those are
I love the Swirl's assisted crossbody to the outside of the ring. That was fantastic. Blake coming in around the side to kick a buck. I don't know if it was on wax specifically or not, but I don't I can't tell a difference between Matt and Nick Jackson. Like most guys, I appreciate it when they're in a tag team and they put their names on their gear, or they put, one of them wears shorts and one of them doesn't, or somebody's got a different hairstyle. Guys, and then we're gonna learn about the third Buck brother, or the third Buck, the third Jackson, and I'm like, I'll get to it.
So, no surprise, I have less than one. But no, I just want I was assuming, they were showing all the family and everything. I was like, all right, well, I literally wrote down Young Bucks versus Jobbers because I had not even heard of the other guys. And then I looked up like 10 minutes later. I'm like, are they going to lose? So, goes to show. There's no moral of the story here. Just goes to show.
It just goes to show. Super Hurricane Rana to Doomsday Device. The Swirl land on each other before the BTE triggered by the Bucks on Christian. 1, 2, 3. It's over. The Bucks win again. We get a quick recap of House of Glory, no turning back. MJF defended the AEW Men's World Championship against Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu is a member of Fatu family, of course. Who is he directly related to? Umaga is his dad. That's it.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Loved Umaga back in the WWE days. Him and JBL, him and Cena. Good stuff.
MJF won, of course. He won with the Salt of the Earth armbar. He hit the bris. Andrade intervened, of course. MJF finds Andrade backstage. My favorite bit. Probably the title of this episode. Thank God you said calm down. How many times have you been on the edge up to here? Somebody's like, calm down. Oh, Andrade wonders why MJF is just handing out title shots to indie wrestlers, not Andrade and El Idolo. If your eyes are on this title, that means your eyes are on me. You're looking in the eyes of Big Hebrew Cabron. What is
a big Hebrew Cabron? I'm getting like a hat with that on it. Wear that around Mexico.
I really wanted a Club America jersey when I was in Mexico in 2008. And at the time, Club America was sponsored by a bakery, a big nationwide bakery in Mexico called Bimbo. And my mom was like, nah, you're not getting a shirt with Bimbo on it. And that's why I root for Cruz Azul, the cement company soccer team.
Hey, the Philadelphia Union were long name sponsored by Bimbo as well. They make, I believe, Entenmann's and Thomas's Nooks and Crannies. English
My
muffins.
family, our favorite Bimbo product were Penguinos, which were just ho-ohs. So like the chocolate cake with the icing on the top and in the middle. Okay, moving on. See, this all ties in because we're talking about the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship. Josh Alexander versus Claudio Castagnoli. We're wrestling under CMLL rules. Different presentation, but it's hilarious. I cannot get a Swiss guy or fighting for a title belt for a Mexican lucha company. Right. Globalization, the world is flat. Thomas Friedman. Okay, cool. Here's my hot take. It's a tradition in lucha where certain title belts are presented by the owner of the company before the match. Any heavyweight or like tag team or trios match, I think Tony Khan should be in the ring handing out the belt. Like he should be there to say like, "Hey, I'm the dude here. I'm number one head honcho. Winner here is, I'm crowning them, sort of."
Right, yeah, I think that could be super cool. No, I think that would be awesome.
But I would like him to put on like 35 pounds of pure muscle first.
Agreed.
Yeah, Tony.
I think he would do better if he was fucking jacked.
Would he do better if he was speeding in a Bentley on the Darien Parkway in Connecticut? Moving on, what's your guys' moves of the match?
I liked how throughout the match, like the whole thing was basically that Alexander was attacking Claudio's knee
Yes.
and him trying to do different things, right, while being, not incapacitated, but definitely worse for wear. Like there's a point where they make a whole big thing about Claudio hitting a gut wrench lift slam, right, then falling and grabbing his knee. He hits a cutter off the top to Alexander, right? He does a double stomp to Alexander's chest and then sells his knee crazy. Like just good moves, and even the finish kind of fit in surrounding this theme. That's my whole thing for the match, is like, oh wow, storytelling.
It's true. Even when Claudio hit the big spin him around, he only got what, two rotations.
Yeah, no, that was literally my move of the match. Claudio stumbling into the giant swing. This is also our finale. He has to abort through his knee, hits the neutralizer, pin and cover 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Claudio retains. Did you guys notice in the preview for the upcoming trios match of the Death Riders versus the Don Callis family, they updated Wheeler Yuta's photo to include his beanie and him like holding it down?
Unfortunately.
Perfect. Love it.
Very good.
Next up, Megan Bayne versus Becca. Becca comes in here. They were very clear about this on the broadcast. Like, hey, this is a standby match. We're throwing this in here. Do we think that Claudio and Josh Alexander had to be cut short and they actually had to like throw in 4 minutes of TV?
No, they always knew they wanted to do this. Again, it's the same as the illusion of choice, the illusion of a standby match.
Bayne dropkick, German suplex. Becca Irish whipped in the corner. She tries to duck out. Bayne chases her down. Mega bomb, pin cover 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Megan wants that TBS title.
Hitting the discount double check.
Rogers! Lexi Nair is with Tommaso Ciampa. Listen, big dog, you shouldn't have named the belt. You name it, things don't go well. Tommaso can't wait to have Mark Briscoe back. Fletcher took the title back to Australia. He's taking it on a vacation. He wants that TNT title back.
The Psycho Killer wants Sylvie back.
Dude, I think putting a name on it was a bad move. You got to defend it at least once before you put a name on it, right?
Nah, while you have it, love it.
The whole point is that it's psychotic and doesn't make sense. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh. Better to have loved and lost.
Next up, trios action. Death Fighters, Mox, Pac, Wheeler versus the Don Callis family, Takeshita, Clone, and Davis. An interesting trio for sure here from the Callis family. Wheeler continues to wear the beanie, a toque, if you will. Takeshita immediately goes for the beanie, and Wheeler complains to the referee. This has brought up a couple other points. I need this more. I need more and more of this, of like them toying with the beanie. Love it.
Did you hear Yuta yell to the ref, he can't do that? That's part of my gear.
Yes. It's part of my gear. We get a Death Rider Death Spiral. Big boot from Davis. Pac moonsault to the entire Don Callis family. Pac with the tombstone on Clone and the luchador kicking out. Really, though, my move of the match, Clone bouncing back up from the double DDT. Oh, excellent.
Right, people are going to be so mad that he just I just hit an angle and he popped back up. I'm like, hell yeah, he did.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that Clone's thing? Didn't he do that before too? Just like
people
he's bouncing.
Big mad. Yeah,
people got
literally.
big mad. I like
Stay mad.
You really hit all the big stuff here, right? Other than that, right? Classic Mox cutter and self-harm dive. There's a point where Wheeler and Pac hit really nice stereo dives before Mox locks in a choke. The same one he used to beat Davis last week, but Takeshita breaks it up. And then the only other thing is Davis coming with a share out of nowhere. That was like, that's something.
You can't do that. I like the Pac
no,
throwing.
Mark, you can't do that, Mark.
I like Yuta was on the top turnbuckle, but instead of jumping, Pac just lifted him up and slowly brought him over and then threw him on.
The fastball special. Yuta misses Takeshita's knee strike. Takeshita raging fire on Yuta and pin to win 1, 2, 3. I went back and checked. It's 2 for 2 in trios matches for the family and the Riders so far this year. Let's see how this goes. The Riders do have a street fight victory over the Don Callis family. So don't know if that's like a 0.5, because no disqualifications, etc., etc. In the middle of the ring, Takeshita and Mox face off again. Davis and Yuta attack. Takeshita and Mox face off again. Paradigm shift. Mox gets one up on Takeshita for now. Yuta cradling the back of his head.
Right, and that was after they did like the Scooby-Doo, like fight off their guy, both backing up and back into each other.
I always love some Scooby-Doo action. But wait a minute. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? It's an incoming message from the Babes of Wrath. Why is Harley fondling the TV? Did you guys notice her? She's like... Did you guys ever see...
Trying to figure out if she's making a puppet. I saw another video of her doing her ventriloquism today, and I'm like, damn, she is so good.
Oh, where she's playing with her beaver?
Yep. That's the one I saw.
My mom, please.
No, her puppet is a beaver.
I know, Charlie. Oh, my God. Sorry, Mom. I love you. I saw it. I'm the one that brought it up. I saw it. I'm aware.
Oh, come on. They do that joke in Great British Bake Off twice this season. If Prue Leith will make the joke, then we
Sorry,
can
we only
too.
watch American baking shows in this household.
Well, you're missing out, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Get out. Hell's Kitchen, gosh dang it. Now we gotta cut this whole thing.
Great British Bake Off #1.
But the Babes reviews the tail of the tape. The Babes are up. If you want the titles, come and get them. Buckle up, Babes. We're going to Babe Town. Speaking of Babe Town, Thunder Rosa versus Julia Hart. Thunder Rosa is returning from undisclosed injury that she received at All Out, Texas last year during the Casino Gauntlet. If you notice her jersey, 664 is the Mexican area code for Tijuana, where Rosa is from. I like this. Latina beating up the La Gringa, excellent. Great value, Undertaker, Julia Hart, love it.
No, I thought this was good. Like, I hadn't seen Thunder Rosa really wrestle, and I thought it was good. Just starts with like huge chops against the barricades, a sliding clothesline, hits a stunner, hits a meteora, like hit everything that I need to see to be like, okay, this will work, this will do.
Dropkick by Rosa into the Northern Light suplex, fantastic. Finale is Thunder Driver pin to win Thunder Rosa. And she's back. She's all elite. But of course, Thekla is in the crowd with the mic. I both hate and love Thekla here. She goes...
I can't decide if this is the laziest thing or the best thing.
I know. Ole, ole, ole. Thunder Rosa, one of the greatest women in AEW history. And the delivery here by Thekla is great. The dumbest bitches alive. Thunder Rosa picks Julia to start her feud with Thekla. Thekla says that it's not Thunder Rosa's title because AEW is toxic. Statlander runs in to protect Thunder Rosa from Julia Hart as she attacks. Listen, Thunder Rosa to the top. You could say that I'm thunderstruck.
You could, but we're not going to.
I was looking too intently into the camera to see what Connor's reaction was, but I know that it was one of judgment and disdain.
So we go backstage to private party.
Oh, and they're having a party. Who's at this party? You guys want? Let's list it off. Dalton Castle and the Outrunners. I want to party with those guys right off the rip. Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, the Bang Bang Gang, all of the Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn, Juice Robinson, and Ace Austin. Yeah, I want to party with all of them. Absolutely. The audio is so muddled here, unfortunately. But Private Party says any tag team can give Private Party what they want. Again, I want to go to this party so bad.
Oh wait, so you didn't hear what they said in the beginning?
What did they say at the beginning?
So in the beginning, they're like bad news about the party. They're like, there's no women, and Anthony Bowen started cheering. So awesome.
Hey, just like ZBT. The War Dogs hijacked the broadcast. Do what you're told, Shivani. What are we going to do to the orange boy? I'm going to drag you down. You're not going to juice the orange boy?
Mm-mm.
Kid is going to beat Orange Cassidy within an inch of his life. Connors confirms. He might be mental, but I know that he's not joking. Gabe Kidd, Orange Cassidy. I think automatically, like what's Orange Cassidy's reaction to that? Whatever.
Don't care.
Like
Like Jay Cutler ripping ciggies on the sideline. Don't care.
IP smoking Jay Cutler. But you know who else is smoking? It's the Rascalz in an AEW men's tag team eliminator match. Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz with Myron Reed versus FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood with Stokely.
So Charlie, do you want me to jump in here now kind of about eliminators? I know you said you have some questions and kind of how this is going to shape going forward. So an eliminator match is a match where the championship is not on the line, but if you win, you get yourself a title shot.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the next one. It's just kind of how things play out, right? So there is a world where, spoiler alert, right? The Rascalz pull it out because FTR can never win an eliminator match ever. So they could do it where before the pay-per-view, FTR and the Rascalz wrestle again. And then, in theory, if the Rascalz win, they would face the Young Bucks at Revolution. Or they can make it where, okay, now the Rascalz are the number one contenders for the winner of FTR versus Young Bucks at Revolution.
How do you think they're going to do it?
I assume that they are going to wait until after Revolution and kind of let this whole thing build and stir up a little bit.
Yeah, I would like to see more build for the Rascalz. They got kind of thrown in. There was the whole thing with Trey Miguel, the whole shenanigans there. So they kind of got off to a rocky start. I felt like they got off on the wrong foot. And then the promo stuff has been impeccable. I can't complain. However, again, like we've seen 3 matches so far from them. So yeah, just more builds, more engagement. We just got Private Party in too. Where's the Bang Bang Gang? Where's Juice Robinson? Tony Khan, if you're listening, Dalton Castle.
We know you are.
I love him. He's great. Whenever he comes up to the camera and he just says something wild, put him in the Outrunners. For anything, we're in it. The Outrunners, when they do the "you son of a bitch," the combo elbow drop. Oh, it's wonderful. All right, what's your guys' moves of the match here?
Mine is from the very beginning. It's not even the move of the match. It's the commentary. So they do the whole thing. The commentary goes, well, the Rascalz don't have the striking power, and then Zach Wentz smacks the poop out of is that okay for your mother? Smacks the poop out of Dax Hardwood's, and the announcer goes, Zach Wentz may have just freed a tooth from Dax Hardwood's mouth. I freed a tooth, liberated it.
That was really funny.
I love
it. Later, Cash spits on Xavier. Like, I don't know if that's like a get back.
I like
during February, during Black History Month.
I like the insinuation that the things inside Dax Hardwood's mouth want to get out. Been freed. Normally things that go in there don't get freed.
For me, it's probably when the Rascals go for like the hot fire flame, which is the standing moonsault, where he pushes him over the guy, but Dax get the knees up and then hits the sheer drop brainbuster for a 2. I really thought that was the end of the match. I bid on that. I thought that was over.
Xavier shooting star press from the top ropes while Dax is standing. Counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, things that happened later in the match are cool too.
So after that first counters with the knee, sheer drop, brainbuster, Desmond Xavier and Cash Wheeler go head to head before Cash lays out Myron Reed. Cash puts on the snow goggles while the Bucks run out. While Cash is distracted, Rascals hit the hot fire flames on Dax. And it's over. 1, 2, 3. Stokely looks like he's about to cry. But while the Bucks and the Rascals celebrate, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona run down the steps. FTR attacks the Jacksons, the Bucks family, the extended Bucks family. They drag their younger brother into the ring.
Well, hold on before this, because the dad starts pushing Dax.
Yes.
Dax pushed back. And then the dad goes to spit on them at the same time Stokely goes to throw powder. So the dad kind of like no-sells the powder for a second. Then it's like, oh, right. He's like, ah. And Dax like really soft. Like, you can tell it was soft, like pushes the mom too, which was so funny before they pull the youngest Jackson brother, Malachi, over into the ring.
His name is Malachi. So for the audience at home, the Bucks, Nick and Mac Jackson, have luscious, long hair. Full heads of hair, beautiful heads of hair. Malachi does not. Here, I'm going to bring up. Here's my Reynolds. Okay, hear me out. So, Ryan Reynolds and his brothers, right? And you're like, Charlie, what do you mean? Ryan Reynolds, that's a handsome man. His brother should be handsome. No, it's 3 of the most average looking dorks you've ever seen in your life. Like, Ryan Reynolds took all of the energy. He took all of the handsome powers from them, and he took it all for himself. This is my theory, that Nick and Mac Jackson took all of the energy for themselves. And Malachi, look at Malachi with his horseshoe male pattern baldness. I feel so bad for him. He's not a wrestler. You know, he probably manages a small team at a mid-sized corporation in Southern California. You know, he's
long
just trying to hit his
live
KPIs.
Long live horseshoe baldness. It shouldn't, you know, keep it alive, folks. It's great. Don't shave yourself fully bald. Don't go to Turkey. Rock it.
But Jack Perry on the ramp is obliterated with a spirit gun by Ricochet. FTR tombstone pile drivers Malachi Jackson, and Nick and Matt sprint to his defense as Toa Leona and Bishop Khan taunt them. Your guys' thoughts?
I always think it's so awesome when they do like the family stuff and all the families at ringside, and they beat up a parent or a grandparent or whatever else, or just like tease with the family. Like I always love that. Like, it's just so funny because it's so human, and just the fact that, you know, at the end of the day they're all just like, all right, that was cool, that was fun. Whether it's Dominic Mysterio throwing water on his sister, or Stoker throwing powder at the Jackson parents, like it's always just so fun.
Well, while Revolution's a few weeks away, we do have a local show here in the area that we're really excited about. We are sponsoring Matt Quay at American Excellence Wrestling's American Dreams in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Please visit facebook.com/AmericanX, the letter X, Wrestling, to get your tickets now. And we'll be talking more about that here on. More about that, along with an ROH update, a Ring of Honor update here on The C Show. As I mentioned earlier, we are sponsoring AXW's American Dreams. This is the first AXW show that we're actually going to be able to go to. Remember, we had scheduling issues the last one, and then I think we had scheduling issues for another show that we sponsored. So we're finally going to be going out to the Hamburg Fieldhouse, the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse. We'll be vending there a little bit beforehand, so stop by, say hi, all of that good stuff. We should be there around 1 o'clock. Take a look out. Again, we are sponsoring the American Hammer, Matt Quay. What's next for the All-American athlete? You guys excited about this?
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's been a minute since I've been able to get out to a show. I know I'm usually the one that's kind of the stick in the mud, hard to get there. So I'm very excited to go see another local wrestling show, see what's on deck there, and, see all the lovely things that Hamburg has to offer.
We also are going to hear from Tommy Vex, the first ever and longest reigning AXW Heritage Champion. He will address his future after losing gold at Jingle Brawl. In the women's division of AXW, we've got Ava Everett of Security Inc. versus Colby Max in making her AXW debut. In a high-flying showcase, we've got in his AXW debut, So Fly AJ Morales versus Max St. Giovanni of Ace of Space Academy and the Celestial St. Giovanni Brothers. We've also got 99 overall Miles Hawkins versus Big Flex Jay Hiru. Former sponsored wrestler, the Son of the Sun, Leo Sparrow, faces off against VSK in the AXW Heritage Championship. Leo is the champion there, the Heritage Champion, so we're excited to see if he'll be able to retain his title. We're also excited to talk to him in person. You guys haven't had the pleasure of talking to Leo. I spoke to him when I was in a hotel in Roanoke, Virginia, via Google Hangouts. But Leo is really cool. You guys will really like him. He is he's a wrestling guy. But in the main event, in the AXW World Heavyweight Championship, Lance NOI, third generation, son of the great Samu, grandson of the wild Samoan Afa, will face off against O'Shea, the big bad Kaiju Edwards, the holder of the AXW World Heavyweight Championship. I'm really excited to see this one. Lance, again, there's a lot of generational talent going in there. When you're talking about the Great Sabu, Wild Samoan Afa, of course, those are names that you talk to your dad, you talk to your grandpa. Those are guys back in the day, real heavy hitters.
Yeah, I'm just so excited to be there for another show, and especially a new company for me. Everyone does things a little differently. Everything has its own flavor and flair. I'm excited to be running the table and seeing people, right? Whether they want to come up and say hi, right? We'll have some trivia questions and all for people trying to answer for some maybe some cards or some other things. So, sure. Anyone out that way, don't be a stranger. See what's going on.
And again, that's at the Hamburg Fieldhouse in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, this Saturday, February 28th, 2026. Doors open at 4 p.m. Bell time, 5:05 p.m. Listen, folks, you want to hear the real kicker to this? General admission's only $15. Children 10 and under are free with a paid adult, folks. So keep that in mind here. Where are you going to find a deal like that in this economy? Again, go to facebook.com/American X, the letter X, the number X if you're a Roman, wrestling. And I've also got a Ring of Honor update for you guys here. So this is from Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp, our good friends and number one source. Quote, Ring of Honor will be filming a studio show in Jacksonville on March 1st at WJCT Studios. Years ago, there was speculation backstage that ROH could regularly film at Daly's Place, which is a theater attached to the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium, but it didn't end up happening. Do you guys want to know what affiliate WJCT is in the Jacksonville media market? It is their local public media channel. So there's literally no record of them hosting wrestling on the channel, in any capacity, going back or anything. So they will be using the facilities there to record a Ring of Honor show. Some updates from Ring of Honor and the TV deal for Ring of Honor. Tony Khan, quote, Tony Khan has fielded TV offers in the past for ROH TV. Warner Brothers Discovery made an offer for a Friday night 10 p.m. time slot in 2024. Instead, Khan passed on it and accepted a slot for an AEW Dynamite replay. We're told that Khan has a very distinct view of what ROH TV would be worth. So, before we get into it, I really love this. I would really love to see an ROH studio show with like kind of like a set that evolves. Like, hey, we're in the ROH studio, like the Eagle's Nest at the ECW arena, right? Like people point that out and they go, oh, well, you know, New Jack threw himself down from there, or that's where Sandman was when he came back from WCW, like stuff like that, right? Like building that legacy, building that lore. I think there's also opportunities for house shows or taped programming in certain markets. So, like where you're going to when we're in Philly, or when Ring of Honor is in Philly, obviously the 2300 Arena, the home of Ring of Honor, that's a great place for them to be. Dallas, the esports arena, I thought that was a fantastic spot for them. If they can fill that out for Ring of Honor, I think there's a lot of opportunity there as well. NYC, obviously the Hammerstein Ballroom. Chicago, there's probably a few rooms as well. I think there's a few smaller spots around the country where they could be doing like an hour-long Ring of Honor show. And then also doing, you know, that taped TV broadcast, you know, a la AWA back in the day. Your guys' thoughts?
It's interesting for them to be doing something like that. Like, right, again, just makes me think of TNA always being at the studio. Inside of Universal, right? It lets you do different things while also having like an extreme control over things, which I think is interesting, because sometimes it's like, oh, they could do so much, but they don't. Or sometimes it's like they're doing so much that they don't need to. But like that's, you can make a really good product and everything in between. And usually you get a little bit of everything.
It also feels like Ring of Honor is the developmental program for AEW right now. And it's like, hey, how do we showcase people? How do we do that? And I think that's a lot easier to do for that sort of talent right now, is say, hey, we're going to keep you down in Jacksonville for 3 months rather than touring around the country, something like that. So, but yeah, I just want to watch more ROH. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But any thoughts for the weekend, guys?
It's exciting to see how everything keeps shaking out. Again, they keep things interesting. They keep things moving. I want to see what the Brawling Birds are up to. That's kind of my next thing to keep an eyes on. Are the Brawling Birds gonna end up coming and, you know, going with the Babes of Wrath? They're gonna have someone else they're gonna kind of twist with first. You know, what's on deck for them? Mega
Bad, of course. Who's the other women's tag team that I'm not thinking about right now? Timeout Love Bombs and Tony and Mina come back. I'd love to see more of them. We'll see. We'll hear on The C Show. Of course you like The C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share it with your friends. You can support the show directly at coffee.com/cshowpod. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at C Show Pod. Have a question for the boys? Send an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends, Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
Fantastique.